Let's talk about the panel processing industry.
Wow, John, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, when I look back at the woodworking industry, it was around 2000 that we began to look closely at the panel processing side, which was always just a vertical niche in woodworking back then.
I was going to say back then, I mean, panels were not known for anything high quality that you'd put in a home. Were they?
Well, panel processing has been around for a long time, particularly in Europe. But in America, it really just kind of was taking hold. But for me, having a chance to visit Ligna over in Hanover and getting to Interzum in Cologne, you begin to see the effects of automation,
right,
the fantastic surfacing. And of course, as we know, that's ultimately going to get to the United States. So in 2003, we launched Surface and Panel really as a niche in the horizontal woodworking industry. Now today, if you fast forward, it's the largest process in the world and continuing to grow. Right. And I think when you look down the road, you'll find out that solid wood products will be artisan products.
Right.
And they'll be expensive.
Yeah.
People will still desire them, but panel processing will pick up the slack on just about everything in furniture and cabinets.
Do you think the volume and the interest and the market adoption is going to, do you think it's going to be kind of a hockey stick adoption as it goes through generations? Because, I can tell you, so we just moved into a new home after almost 15 years in the same house. And apparently both my wife and I, we don't consider ourselves old, but we must have old school values because, my wife was going through the house we ended up buying and kind of looking at the cabinets and going, oh yeah, they're solid wood, that's good. And oh, dovetail drawers, oh, that's good. And, going through it in a very traditional mindset. And then of course, the new house is bigger than the old one. So that means you have to fill it with furniture. So this is a whole separate conversation that I could fill 3 hours with, but furniture shopping with your wife, she's going around and kind of disappointed, dismayed because she's applying the same standards to the furniture shopping. So looking for a bigger dining room table. But, there is no such thing really as a solid wood dining room table anymore. And if it was solid hardwood, I keep reminding her, that'd be a $30,000 table right now. And we're not spending $30,000 on a dining room table.
It would also be subject to cracking and splitting.
Right. Yeah. But, she's still, as I have too, she looks at her parents' house and her parents' furniture and, like her mom's dining room table was passed down, through generations and, God only knows how old that thing is, but, still standing up. And, I think the younger generations just look at things as more as styles and fashion and consumable. And, this is the way I want my house to look today. And, maybe 5 years from now, I want to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah. And I think that this is something that's happening as we speak. Older Americans, the baby boom generation that's retiring, moving into, senior living facilities, not necessarily assisted, but, but moving into new condos and apartments. And they're finding when they have modern kitchens, and when I say modern, I don't necessarily mean the style, although many of them are, they'll open up the drawers and they'll have some of these magnificent metal drawer box systems from people like Bloom and Grass and Salice and others that are far more efficient, far more accurate. They're not dovetailed.
Right.
They're not made out of wood. But even the older Americans are looking at this and saying, this is fantastic.
Right.
I love the look. I love the feel. So where I think America has had this, they've been constricted thinking that, well, they're older people, they're going to want a solid wood, solid oak kitchen. Not anymore.